Hiya, it's Lou and John here. We say this every single time we do a video, but there's been lots of people joining. This is us. These are called Heart to Heart, and they're literally, we sit in our kitchen and we talk because we want you to know this site is run by real people, genuine people.
Realish.
Who care for you, who care for you. This is a kind of catch-up video, isn't it, really?
Yeah, we have no great words of wisdom to impart today. In fact, we're slightly demob crazy because, we're going on holiday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because of the lock-up situation, we're not exactly going anywhere, so we're not going to, we're just going from.
Yes.
We're going from working, because we've been working sort of non-stop for months, so we decided to take a break.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we should be in Iceland at this moment in time, but because of the lockdown, clearly we're not. So we're just going to take a break and hopefully see our sort of surroundings.
So
we live in a beautiful part of the world, so we're going to have a look around it. Which is Devon.
There we are.
Okay.
So first time, welcome.
Yep.
How are things going? How the forum's going? Great, isn't it?
Well, two things. I mean, we've had a lot of members over the past 6 months. The place is really, hundreds of members have joined. We're probably got somewhere between 3 and 10 a day joining up, which is great. I'm really glad to see people, being able to join up and get some help. The other thing which really heartens us is the forum. This is part of the chain of care. The part of the chain of care. If you've been around for a wee while, you've heard us talk about it before. One of the things that we want people to do is to try and help and support each other. And if you look on the family side of the forum, then what you find is that's exactly what's happening. There's a lot of people talking to each other from all around the world, because it's, you have a common issue, and because of that common issue, you're sort of supporting each other and offering sort of help, and even just sharing what's on your mind, sharing your issues, actually allows people to say, I've got that as well. I'm not alone. I've got that as well. I'd love to see a wee bit more sharing on the drinkers side, because I think you're actually missing a trick here. If you look around the world, the biggest organisation for helping with drinkers is called Alcoholics Anonymous. And what's it about? It's about sharing with each other. So you're missing a trick if you don't use the forum here.
Can we also say, if you start using the forum, you're also breaking a pattern, because the whole thing about drinking is about isolation. And the tendency, your old habit is to keep that drink to yourself, but actually breaking out of that. I mean, when you go to a meeting in AA, you're breaking into a new pattern, aren't you? And it's the same if you use the forum.
Which is why it's called anonymous. It's because it continues the secrecy. It helps you break out of that. So, and you can be anonymous as you want on the forum, and and bottled up as well.
And the other bit of the chain of care, we haven't talked much about it because we know some people are really struggling with COVID, and yet people have donated, and we are really touched when you do that. We just had a few today. We really have.
Really thank you for that. Whether it's a big donation, a small donation, it really doesn't matter. We appreciate everything.
And the deal here is, if you are being helped by this website, we just ask that you might invest in someone 6 months' time down the line coming and getting the help that you get. We give our help freely. The website is free, and we promise you that the money goes back into people like you who've donated, coming and being able to get free access. So again, invest in it. Can I say, with the drinkers, I think the drinkers particularly, it's important that you should donate. The whole thing about drinking is it's not just isolating, but it becomes about you, doesn't it? And I think that when drinkers donate, again, you're coming out of a really deep pattern because you're thinking about somebody else's well-being as yours. And so it's really therapeutic to give back if you're a drinker, because one of the worst things, and I've lived with a drinker, it is a very self-obsessed thing in alcoholism, you know, so you lose the habit. It's like a limb of generosity and understanding just begins to hang, you know, by your side emotionally. So when you give, that you're giving that emotional muscle of thinking about other people a workout, and that is one of the most important things that needs to really grow in you. Do you want to say you've been a drinker?
I have, yes.
So what's your comment on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, can I just take it back to Alcoholics Anonymous again?
Sure.
Yeah. And talk about Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, Alcoholics Anonymous is supported by the drinkers themselves, and that's very important. And way back in the history, that Bill Wilson was actually approached by, I think it was Carnegie, who said that he would bankroll it, and at the time he was extremely tempted to do that, you know, but he sat down with a number of advisors, and the advisors said no, they're not going to give you money. And the reason is because you have to be self-sufficient. It's about taking responsibility. If you don't take responsibility, then you're not going to get sober, you know. That's the whole point of the thing. And that's why they said, okay, we will be self-supporting through our own contributions. It's written into the constitution of Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, in their you know, the thing that's read out at almost every meeting is that we are self-supporting through our own contributions, you know, and to some extent, so we are self-supporting through your contributions. You know?
And you may have listened to this, you may have not in another video, but I struggle. I mean, we never charged very much. I mean, it was something about like £10 a month. We never charged very much, but I really struggled to do it. At the beginning, because particularly for the drinkers, because I've lived with the drinker and they just gobble up your generosity, they gobble up your forgiveness and understanding, and if not careful, they just keep coming back for more. But we did this because we believe in you as drinkers, that you can change, and if we're investing our trust in you, we're investing in the fact that we know that you can do this. We know you can come back into kind of being the sort of person that you'll be proud of.
One of the reasons I got better, one of the reasons I got sober, I mean, people automatically made the assumption was because I was given 6 months to live. Yes, that helped. But part of the reason I got sober was because I realised I'm better than this. I am better than this. You know, the selfish sort of, you know, completely sort of heartless person that I had become. I hated that person. I hated that person who, you know, walked over the top of anybody just to get a drink. You know, I hated that. And but deep inside of myself, I thought, I'm better than this.
And he is. He's lovely. Now I got all the.
See, told you I was better.
I got the
this.
best bit of him.
Yeah.
You know, we've been married 12 years. My alcoholic died of cancer, if you don't know.
Yeah.
And so me and John married, and he's lovely. So
anyway, what I was trying to say is it was that bit of me inside that said, yes, I'm better than this, and therefore I can. And what I believe is if you're still drinking, you're better than that. You are better than that. You have got an opportunity to do something with your life. You've got an opportunity to be somebody. For me, you know, I had no qualifications, no nothing. I went back to education, and I'm sitting here with a doctorate in psychology. You know, that was me taking the opportunity because I knew I was better than this. And so are you.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I think, is it fair to say that some people they do self-anaesthetize because they are caring, because they're sensitive, and because they struggle with the world. And so actually underneath, if you're self-medicating, it may be that you're really sensitive, and we need that. We absolutely need that, you know. So we do believe in you, but we want you to believe in yourself, and we want you to break some of those patterns, and actually donating is a way that you can do that. And I promise you, I'm not being manipulative. I believe with all my heart that actually breaking these patterns, if you're a drinker, is enormously important to your character and your self-development.
Yeah. some of the most fun people to be around are ex-alcoholics. You know?
Yeah.
Look at the last video that we posted with Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
I mean, watch it. He's very, very funny. He's talking about his life. He's talking about the disasters in his life, you know, waking up, you know, with covered in piss, you know. That's what he's talking about. But he's very funny with it, you know. But what the humour comes from is the truth that's behind it. It's the truth that's behind it, you know. But a bunch of ex-alcoholics, they're hilarious. It's really fun. I thought it was going to be terrible and boring and, you know, join the elephant's graveyard. No.
And we're here because we know if you live with a family drinker, you can make it. And we're with you every inch of the way. Your pain, your situation matters to us. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
But John also will say, being an alcoholic, you can make it.
Oh, absolutely. If I can make it, anybody can make it. In fact, when I got sober and they invited me along to celebrate my birthday, this was another group I had joined some time before, and I said to them, is that because I've made such a good job of it? And they said, no. Actually, it's to prove that if you can do it, anybody can do it. Because I've been in and out the door so many times, you know. Nobody had much faith in me, you know. So if I can do it, you can do it.
So be encouraged. Remember, this is not magic dust. You actually engage with the program. We've done it in any bite-sized pieces. You can just do it whenever you want to. Reach out to the people around you. The private practice is really thriving now, isn't it?
It is. There's quite a lot of people coming, and it's good. You know, I'm really enjoying working with people on a one-to-one basis. I really, you know, I try to engage with them as much as I possibly can, you know, and I think people are getting benefits from it.
And that's families of drinkers.
Families of
as
drinkers
well as
or
drinkers
drinkers, you know,
themselves,
both, you know.
Yeah. John tends to do that. I've got my own private practice that I've had for years and years and years, so I've got my kind of own client list and things. But so next week then, you can't book Monday or Friday because we're on holiday.
Yep.
And then we'll be back the week after as normal.
Yes, we're back. Back to that, as they say in Scotland, the old clays and porridge.
This is the not so good bit.
Yeah, it's
What does it mean?
It just means, you know, back to the working clothes and the porridge, you know, rather than you know, the good clothes and the sort of the nice meals, you know. The old clays and porridge, as my granny used to say that. But my granny used to say a lot of things. You know?
She certainly did.
Yes, and I trot them out from time to time.
You certainly
And
did.
Lou just looks at me as if, what are you saying, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not actually speaking in Gaelic.
No.
Yeah.
No, in fact, actually, I'm finished with a funny story. You used to come out with this Jings Crivens Help My Bob, didn't you?
Jings Crivens Help My Bob.
And me and my
If there's any
family,
Scots out there who read the Sunday Post, you'll see it, you know, with the brooms.
he used to say, and me and my family just really never believed that it was, we just thought he was making it up, a beautiful word to make up. And then we watched, what was it? Brave.
Brave.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
And she
you haven't
comes
seen
out with it in the middle of it, and the whole of our family just fell about laughing. I don't know what people would have thought was going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if we've gotten to that. We need to go now because we're rambling.
We're rambling, you know.
All right, well, thank you. Welcome. Remember, your pain matters to us, you matter to us. Keep connected, keep involved, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.